Hello, you guys. How's everybody doing? Hmm. Hello, you guys. Hey, your choice towing. Hey, Anissa. Hey, Miss Nelly. Um, Teresa. Let me see. Oh, let me put my glasses on, y'all. I got my glasses. My glasses came back, y'all. I can flex. I got my glasses. They're so freaking cute. I ain't lying. I told my girls, I was like, y'all, mama flexing in her glasses. I was like, oh my God, mom. Let me put them on. Because Auntie be having a hard time seeing sometimes. That's why sometimes y'all be writing stuff. I be reading it wrong. Hell, I miss a word. I be reading the sentence and will miss a whole two, three words. Be reading it wrong. Waiting for an ice storm to hit. Um, oh, let me clean it. Turn off my little thing up to clean my glasses. He said I got some lowest glasses on. I guarantee that computer looks lowest lane glasses. Believe it or not, these some cute little Dolce and Gabbana glasses. I got. They're really nice. And y'all know I like a sale, but then my insurance paid for half of it, so that made them affordable. They made them affordable because I wouldn't have been able to afford them if they had not paid half on them. Anyways, let's see. For some reason, I just don't think. Hmm. Hold on, y'all. I'm cleaning them. Yeah, it's a lot of grocery stores, and they done went and bought all the tissue paper and all the milk. And what else they get? All the water, all the bread. Y'all been so sleepy so early. But I've been working. I've been working so hard this week. I work hard every week, but this has been one of those weeks where they really boggled me down with cases. And it hit hard too. But I got them worked down though. That's the good thing. I got them worked down. So I'm back in the green. Because I do believe at some point this week I had about 12 cases at one time. And it's, But it could be more than that, child. What Steven say? Steven said, how much did they cost? About 651. No, they didn't cost 651. I think that was five something. But here's the thing: my insurance paid half. I paid the other half. So I think they was like 530 something. When they got through with taxes and all that, it was like 530 something. My insurance paid half. I paid the other half. That's why I handle them with care. I don't think I ever paid five for no more glasses, but I didn't pay five for these. I paid half on them. Um. Anyway, so how many pairs of glasses? One. I know, right? I mean, listen. They really get us. I guess I was just. I normally don't even do nothing like that. I usually just give me a pair of I like Coach. Coach have a lot of nice glasses. I like clear glasses, but when I tried these on, and they was like a burgundy type, two tone type color, and they just happened to be I was like, dog, the only reason why they cost that much is because they are Dolce and Gabbana. I guess all they doing is just writing a name on the side. I'm so not a label person unless it's Coach, and I just like the style of Coach stuff because that's what I went in there to get me some Coach glasses because I knew they had clear glasses. I like those; they're so nice, and I happened to try these on and saw them. They was really nice. I struggled with the price of them, and then she was like, "Well, your insurance will pay. You have insurance, so it'll pay half on them." So I was like, "Okay, well." I thought about it. I prayed about it because y'all know I like deals. I ain't no fool. I buy a lot of stuff, but I like deals. I was in Dollar Tree today. That's where I go and shop and get a lot of my stuff from out of Dollar Tree, like my fabric softeners and cleaning supplies. That's where I get them from. Anyway, y'all, I wanted to talk about has it been 5 minutes? Oh, it's been 8 minutes. We talking about glasses, child. But Auntie back in business, y'all. I got the important thing is I got me some glasses. So now I don't have to be missing words, because my eyes didn't see it. How I read the sentence, they go, did she finish school? Hell, I'm reading the sentence wrong because I ain't see some of the words. But so Cornelius went to court. Well, he was supposed to be in court yesterday. I actually went. I did what I said I was going to do. I actually went in there. I had I was like, well, on my little break, I'm gonna go up in there and see what they got going on. So I did, and so I was sitting in there. I see Hagerman and the other girl that was in Govan's trial um come in. Not the one that said unbelievable. Not her, cause you could speak to her. She ain't gonna speak back and did but she all not speak to nobody as terrible as she did in the Govan's trial. Okay, but she's you say, hey, she gonna look at you like you crazy. How you gonna be a pitiful prosecutor? With your skills and snooted like that. You could at least speak. Anyways, I digress. Because they just gave the case away. So anyway, but the other one that was sitting next to her, that was in there with Hagerman the first time they walked in. Hagerman walked in with Hagerman always walking around. He always got a pad in his hand and a pen. So he walk in with his pad and his pen. They calling everybody in. They going up there. So then um, the judge asks, "Are they ready?" And so Hagerman goes, Shows won't answer the phone. Schultz won't answer the phone. We've been trying to, we've been calling him and calling him. He won't return any of our calls. He won't answer the phone. So I got to thinking about, I was like, a lot of times attorneys do that if they have not been paid all of their money. So I don't know what the situation is, but they will not come to court if they haven't been paid. So, oh, y'all been getting so sleepy so early. So we're gonna at least try to make this out for an hour, okay? If I can't go past the hour, y'all gonna have to forgive Auntie. I got to get me some sleep. Okay. I got to get in the shower and get me some sleep. But anyways, y'all. So anyways, he asked the judge if he could come up to the bench. So they talking or whatever. And I mean I was looking. And so then he goes, so the judge says, okay. She said okay something because Hagerman came. I forgot what they call it. Well, where he goes up to the and discuss whatever with the judge. Supposedly privately or whatever. So then I was sitting on the other side. Now it was some people there. Um, I tend to believe that the people that was there was representing Young Dolph and Cornelius' family. And what I found was it looks like they were all quite friendly with Hagerman. Okay. That's what it was, the sidebar. Thank you, Miss Clarinetta. And so, anyways, so Hagerman comes back and he sit down and he goes, they was like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, he was telling the judge about shows, wouldn't answer the phone, and they had, because he told the judge, hey, we're ready, we've been ready. And so then when he sits down, he says, the judge says she's stopping it today. Okay, she's going. So they sat there to see if Schultz was gonna come in. He did not come in, and I heard Hagerman say, "Judge says she's stopping it today. If he does not come, then we're going to proceed." He was given another court date because Schultz didn't come in of February the 12th, I do believe, and they're going to proceed. Whatever is gonna happen is going to happen the next time. Because, like I said, I do believe that they can appoint a public defender or whatever. If that is the case, you know, a lot of times, y'all forgive me for yarning, for being so tired. A lot of times, sometimes attorneys won't show up to offset the case, but he's supposed to always keep up with his court dates, so that would not be an excuse. The only thing that I can think of is he, unless he says he was on another trial or something like that, is that Cornelius and them have not paid him all of his money. They may be on a payment plan, may have some people that's paying him, but they haven't paid him everything. So, I don't know. It's all right to be tired till you get. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give me when I get off of here. I'm taking a shower and I am going to bed. But yeah, that is what happened um there. But like I said, Hagerman and them are ready. But like I said, there were people there. I do believe both parties had representatives that was there in support of them. And both parties was very what's the word that I'm looking for? Um they were both communicating. Hey, B Dog. They was both communicating with Hagerman. Okay, he seemed to have been in communications with both family, representatives of both family. Um, they were all sitting together. So, um, yeah, that's interesting. So it's gonna be interesting to see, how everything turns out. Me personally, I know Cornelius has to pay for what he did. His shots. He ran up to the window. He was ultimately the one that knocked Young Dolph down off of his feet. His bullets would have killed him anyways with how high powered that gun was. He handicapped him anyways. Young Dolph was very thin and tall. Um, but straight drop definitely helped to kill him because those shots in the neck. Because what Cornelius did was he knocked him down. When straight drop ran up, he had the upper shots, the shots in his neck and in his face came from straight drop. It was absolutely overkill. And everybody that was involved in this, I don't care who it was, they need to pay. Okay. And they are going to pay one way or the other. I don't give a damn about Cornelius telling on none of them. Okay. The more I think about it, they did have, because they when I and here's another thing that happened. They turned the projector on when Hagerman was like, "We're ready" and all of that, because they waited until they finished everybody, um, and they finished waited until everybody else was finished, and then they turned the projector on. So I'm guessing that they was getting ready to show some things. Um, I'm um, yeah. So I'm guessing that the representatives that was there was going to maybe speak. But as I said, they were all sitting there together. Okay. They were all sitting there together. Um, at one point, I saw one of the young ladies pat Hagerman on the back. Okay. And I do believe that that was a representative for Cornelius. So I don't know. All of it is interesting if you ask me. But hey, um, like I said, it is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. He is going to get. I'm sure he's going to get some years. There, I mean, there's just no way around it. Whatever he does with the federal government, hey, they can let they can influence later on, maybe after they start to drop indictments and get indictments and get people for some of these other murders that are unsolved that he may know about. But so I don't know if he's already told everything. If he knows has something that's significant, um, that can be proved and all of that, it may later on. Um, but I don't. He probably has not worked. He probably didn't work out no deals. So before he started talking, so my guess is he probably. I think Cornelius just want to get revenge. And listen, just because a person want to get revenge don't mean they're lying now. You could be mad and telling the truth. Sometimes people get mad and people get mad and tell stuff all the time. Just because they're mad and bitter don't mean that they're lying. So, and you might have another jury of his peers to come in there and believe him. Straight Drop's jury believed him. Hernandez Govan's jury never said that they didn't believe him. They just said that there was reasonable doubt. I think people get the issues confused on that because that's all the defense has to produce It's reasonable doubt. The prosecutors has to present a case, um, and it has to go beyond. My brain ain't working right. It has to be without a shadow of a doubt. So the prosecutor's case is harder because they have to prove something without a shadow of a doubt. All the defense attorneys have to do is prove reasonable doubt. Okay, if there is any doubt, well, go man probably, I believe he did it, but there's a little bit of doubt there. Hey, then they found him not guilty. And you heard what some of those jurors said, you know, and I think they was mad at Steve Mulroy. Why would Steve Mulroy put those women? I mean, but who couldn't produce doubt with the damn prosecutors he had sitting up there? Okay, so um, yeah. So like I said, that's it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this, the direction that this is going in. But she definitely said that it will not be reset anymore. It won't be reset anymore, and so yeah, it won't be reset. So definitely on November the 12th, that's what it's gonna be. Now, what I say, November the 12th or February the 12th. Now, what I will say is, I know it's a lot of junkies out there that you know they get high and they think that they are Superman. You know, you could send them to um, the top of a 7-story building and say, "I'll give you $1,000. You Superman if you jump off this building, put a cape on them," and they'll do it. Same thing. You get a junkie and you tell him, look, bruh, we need you to go down there in the courtroom, walk up in there. We know the judge and stuff gonna be in there, but see, you could pull this off. Don't hit the judge. Don't hit nobody else. Cause see, if you hit them, you're gonna get some time. All you got to do is just hit Cornelius. Okay? And you'll have a junkie. You'll have a low down devil that's good for nothing to try to put that into the atmosphere. Cause see, they're not gonna tell the junkie that they're not gonna make it out. Okay? They're not gonna tell them that they're not going to make it out. Cause you already know bad news gonna beat them home. Okay? They ain't coming home no more. Cause they're gonna knock them down. Okay? They're gonna be laid flat out. Okay? Um, but if they could just, you know, you have evil people that do stuff like that now. They have those thoughts. They know that the person ain't gonna make it out. They know that they're not gonna go and do it, but they want to go get a good junkie. Okay, that ain't got no mind. They think the mind is fried to go do it. Child, every Cornelius and already been telling now for 2-3 years. Okay, so it ain't no. They need to just go and leave Cornelius alone. And the little junkie hit man you want to send in the courtroom, you may as well let him live because he gonna die. Okay, if he go in that court, he is going to die. Okay, he said, "Oh, for sure, for 1,000, they might do it for less. They give him 500, and they'll do it. Okay, but I mean, it ain't no need in doing it. Okay, so like I said, all of this is going to be interesting to see how all of this turns out. Hey, M Rose, how are you all doing? Hey, Carl Hannah. I know I'm when I get off of here, I am not going to fight my sleep. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm gonna get off here and take my shower. Y'all know I have to take a shower. I don't know how people go to bed without taking showers. I have to have a shower or a bath to get all of the germs of today off of me that was in the air. Okay. I have to get all of that off of me. It helps me sleep good. And I like to smell good. I bought me some lavender vanilla pillow spray, and I spray it on my pillow, and it had my bed smelling so good, but it helps me sleep so good. That lavender do. Um, Anyways, y'all, hey, shout out to both families. It's not Cornelius' family. Cornelius has a family that loves him too. Okay, even with this heinous thing that he's done, and I'm happy, to see at least they've made some type of peace. It seems, you know, to be able to coexist with the prosecutor, because it's not something that you see with a defendant's family, right? Okay, so I think some people in Cornelius' family was one of the ones that some of the ones that helped him to make the decision of making sure he told everything that he knew, and I think he did just that, and still doing it. So, anyways, hey Miss Inez Nelson, hello Miss T. Stay safe and get plenty of rest. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give me some rest. It is so cold. I have my heater up high, and it is so freaking cold. You all make sure y'all hit that like button, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I was gonna so back to Cornelius. The last time Cornelius was on the stand, it sounded like to me that Cornelius was on some type of he's probably on some type of med to keep him sedated. You know, I'm sure he's having he's probably having problems sleeping and all of that, because like I told y'all, somebody had told me before Cornelius started talking to people about the crime when he was in Shelby County Jail. One of my friends that worked inside of the jail said he started talking to himself sitting in the cell about the crime. And they said he would be sitting in there. I could talk about all this stuff now. They said he would be sitting in the cell, talking to himself, talking about the crime. And she said she'd be wondering, who the hell is he talking to? And she said he would be saying, "No, man, no, man, I shouldn't have did it. Nah, man, that wasn't the way." Just talking like about to himself about the regret, as if he was talking to somebody else about the crime. So he had started talking about the crime and what he did wrong and all of that to himself. I hear my right hand to the Lord. Somebody told me that, right? She said when she would, be working in his area, manning, his pod and stuff, and then like the other person who actually did transport, one of the specialized unit guys that was put there to man his cell on one of the shifts, he flat out started confiding. It was him that he started confiding in. And I remember he called me, he said, "Mark my words, it's gonna be any day now. Cornelius is about breaking." I said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because he said to me, if they don't do what they supposed to do, I'm getting ready to start telling everything. If they don't do what they supposed to do, I'm getting ready to start telling everything." So me, when he told me that, y'all know, it was a lot of, they was doing a lot of stuff. I had said a little bit about it, but you had Onan and a bunch of these other bitches that wanted to control the narrative. They couldn't control the motherfucking narrative because I had. I knew what was going on. I was getting the information straight from the horses, but that's neither here nor there. I ain't gonna get mad at that. We gonna pray, okay? We're gonna pray about them bitches, okay? And so, anyways, so he said, just mark my word. He said Cornelius keeps saying to me, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, I'm getting ready to start telling everything. He had not started telling at that point. So I don't know what it was. So me, I felt like, okay, is he saying if they don't? I started thinking about, because I knew it was him that was shooting that gun. When folks were saying that was Straight Drop had that Draco, I said no, that was the other one. Once we found out who it was, I was like, no, Straight Drop didn't have the Draco. He had the handgun. It was the other boy that had the Draco. Okay. I knew it was that his they talking about tippy toe and a fat dude. The boy was turned at an angle. The wind blew and it made it inflated his jacket from the side while he was on his tiptoes, and that's what made him look like he was fat. Okay, but as you can see when he was running back, he wasn't fat. Okay, but these folks made a lot of money, and I ain't mad at nobody making no money for telling their damn lies. Okay, and so, anyways, so then my friend told me, he said, when Cornelius started telling, oh yeah, so Cornelius started telling, so he said Cornelius told him, he said Cornelius had told him that he never talked to Yo Gotti, but he knew that they was doing the hit for Yo Gotti. He said, Cornelius said he never talked to Gotti. I think I told y'all that. I told y'all that. Cornelius said we never that he never talked to Yo Gotti, but he knew that the hit was for Yo Gotti. I told y'all that because Cornelius told my friend. I mean, he had started breaking, he started confiding in him, and telling him everything. And so then he started telling me how Cornelius had started. At first he didn't, but Cornelius started to express a disdain for quits. He never had. I'm trying to think if he ever got mad at Straight Drop. I think at one point he was mad at Straight Drop. Maybe. Um, he may have said something about. I can't think of it right now. What did he? I think he told me he expressed something about Straight Drop. Um, oh, and then he said initially, okay, so MPD, okay, yeah. So I'm going back. So that was the sure. So now I'm going back to MPD, where in interrogation. Okay, so what Cornelius started wanting to do, even when he got to MPD, it's been so long ago. I have to think about this stuff. Okay, so my friends in the jail, he had started talking to. Then at some point he went back and started talking to MPD, but he was still full of game. What he started doing was he started saying he knew about what had happened in the murder, but he was not involved. Okay, he wanted to disassociate himself, but he had to change that real quick, right? He changed it real quick because they weren't going. They already knew he was involved, and yeah, they already knew he was involved. Um, at some point, Straight Drop. Okay, I'm told that the folks, just like the folks came and got him too. Okay. He was a willing participant. Before Orange Mountain Quit got on here and told y'all that Straight Drop was talking, I told y'all that he talked. Because I was called a day that they came and got him out of his cell. They said them boys just came and got him. Them boys I said, how you know? They said, we took him. Them boys, he went and talked to them boys. Okay. So, I mean, I knew that. Okay. So I already knew it. And I do believe that was around the time that Ganguly, um, and Ganguly was a stickler of, he knew Straight Drop didn't stand a chance, and so he was more realistic. And that was around that time that so he was going to work. I think he was going to start working out some plea deals or something, and then that's when that other attorney was incorporated, and he came right in talking about we want to take. He came in throwing bombs and stuff. That's what he did. You know, he came in throwing smoke screens, and they was able to get him out of Coffee's courtroom. And folks, you had illiterate folks. You know how some of these folks so illiterate that it's real crazy. Yeah, he got him moved out of coffee room, drop, get ready to come home. But that's what all the dudes in jail say. They have 100 years, and they'll say, "Yeah, I'll be home in 6 months." They be dreaming it. Okay, I've had cousins. They had 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and every girl that they had us to call on three-way. Yeah, baby, I'll be home real soon. I'll be home in another month or so. They knew damn well they'd be in jail for 8 years. Okay, so that's what all the jail folks say. Okay, I'll be home real soon. You be home in the next century. Okay, right? Real delusional as hell. And but Cornelius, okay, so then what was so weird, I told y'all, like, I might have put this in my members, that one of my friends was like, there was only one time that they put a dude in the cell with Cornelius, and it was real weird. It was really weird because nobody, Cornelius was in protective, he wasn't in protective, he was in high profile custody. So nobody was ever sharing a cell with them. But this, they put a, it was a, but for some reason, they put a guy one time in the cell with Cornelius, and my friend said she walked back there, and him and Cornelius was smoking weed. So I said, did Cornelius have to go to the hole, or did he get disciplined? And she said, they ain't do nothing to him. I said, he ain't have to go to ASEG. He ain't get no write up. They caught him with a phone one time too. There ain't nothing happened. Nothing happened either. Um, so that was weird too. I don't know why he thinks he can. I think they had said, somebody told me Cornelius thought he was gonna get 7 years. I'd be surprised if he gets seven, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I gotta talk with my eyes closed because they tired. They so tired. In order for me to stay on here, I gotta have my eyes closed. Y'all can't see me anyways because they so tired. You gonna stay on for another 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it up. But anyways, y'all, um, um, what was I getting ready to say about Cornelius? I forgot. It'll come back to me in a minute. Um, whatever it was, I must want meant to say. It says, "Drop took that picture, but I think it's an AI because no jail letting you wear no necklace." It probably is an AI. No, they're not. They're sure not. Yeah, it's probably an AI. Dog, yeah, what was I getting ready to say about Cornelius? Um, I think Straight Drop found a way to start telling. When Straight Drop had those phones, they had a camera, right? They had Straight Drop. It was so bad. They put cameras right there. So what my friend said he would start doing was he would start trying to make his cell real dark, and it's probably so he could be on that phone. Hell, you don't get no darker than when you down there and said you in the hole anyways. He getting 7 years. Oh yeah. So Cornelius think he's getting 7 years. Somebody told me Cornelius thought he was getting 7 years. Now, let me just say this. I'm not going to be surprised if Cornelius don't get like 30 or 40 years when he goes before Judge Mitchell. Okay? I'm not going to be surprised. But don't be surprised if a few years from now we find out he ain't doing but 15. Okay? Don't be surprised if it don't get changed later on. It depends on how good he can work. And I think he works real hard these days, okay? Um, hey the plus size queen. Y'all got to be crazy if y'all don't think Cornelius know about a lot of those unsolved murders that happen around the area. Young Dolph's murder is not the only murder out there. Young Dolph's murder was solved. You know, it's not closed, but when I say it was solved, I mean we know who was responsible, right? There are other murders that they don't know that had been that was unsolved. They didn't know who did it. Cornelius might know though. King Deshaun says, "Damn, that's something to think about for real." So, like I said, y'all, it's all interesting, and I won't be surprised if some years go by and straight drop. He knows a lot more than Cornelius. Don't be surprised if by the time he's probably 27 right now. By the time he turns 35, if he makes it to live that long, don't be surprised if he don't really start connecting, um, doing some stuff to try to get that life sentence reversed. I don't believe he wants to do the rest of his life in jail. Thank you, Cara Hannah. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, darling. Let me see. I don't never where my phone at with my cash app on it. Thank you for telling me, because if y'all don't tell me, I don't look at that phone. Let me look at it so I can thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. King Deshaun says, if life sentences were dropped, what would happen to the 35-year sentence? Um, well, you're right. 35 better than life plus 35. He'll still be a young man. I bet he'd be glad to get that life sentence converted, get that life sentence dropped and do 35 years. And I mean, and if he can solve a few murders, I mean, I would think that it was reasonable. He still do his 35 years for taking the life of young Doll. Even if he did 40 years, because he's 20 something, 40, 50, 60, 70. Could be in his 70s when he get out. Um, and he be in his 60s. So, 60 is not real old these days. So he'd be in his 60s, and the life sentence is dropped, and he solved a few other murders and got some people that's been out walking the street killing folks locked up. So, hey, that's a win-win situation. I'm all for it. He still do his 35 years. He'd have to ensure, um, he'd have to give up about at least 5 murders because we know he can. Now, um, because Straight Drop has done so much dirt, Straight Drop don't want no smoke. He knows if he get the really telling, then they gonna tell back on him. He's probably done more murders than a lot of those dudes in that little group. So he walks on a tightrope. That's why he was trying to get Cornelius to tell everything. Okay, he wanted Cornelius to tell it all. Inez says, "I always listen to you. I'm from Nashville. Shout out to Nashville. Shout out to Nashville. I was in Murfreesboro not too long ago for some training, and it was really nice. I liked it a lot. It was really nice. Murfreesboro, I think, kind of remind me like of a German town. Yeah, Collierville or something like that. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all please hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the cash app. Also, call in. The number is up. Y'all can call in. Call in. Hit the cash app. Because I would prefer for y'all to hit the cash app than the super sticker. Because I would prefer the money come straight to me. And yeah. And the number is on the screen, 901-329-9819. 329-9819. Um, let's see, I got 20 more, about 20 to 30 more minutes on here, right? So y'all can call in and speak your piece. Um, Emerald says, "Where is Cypress?" I don't know. I'm surprised Cypress is not coming here tonight. I'm really surprised. He might be asleep. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure. Let's see how many likes we got. Because people be in here and they won't even hit the like button. It's not even 100 likes. Y'all hit the like button for me, please. Run the likes up. Um, Y'all, the number is 901-329-9819. Y'all call in. call in and speak what's on your mind. Hold on, y'all. I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna pull up something while y'all call in. Y'all call in. Shit, help me out. I'm sleepy. I need for y'all to help me to stay on here longer. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me put this on pause. I was going to show y'all something. Hello?
Hey, Tamara, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. What's up?
So, hold on. Can you hear me? Y'all hear me? I'm in the gym. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so now I hear you saying, and you said this before about maybe Cornelius and Justin solving some more murders or unalive and got it, on YouTube and whatnot. But I'm with you as far as that. I just Justin, we don't know what's going on with Howard Barnett and Anita Wilson. So me personally, I don't want to see him out. I don't care what he tells. I don't want to see him out. Cornelius, I don't care what he feels. I just don't want to see him out because, you can't just do all that dirt, have all that red in your ledger, and just tell them. Well, I don't. Well, let me rephrase. You shouldn't be able to have all that red in your ledger, meaning all that blood on your hands, and be able to tell them folks and get negotiated with.
I agree. That's
so,
true.
I hope that the feds don't fall for that. I don't know what Cornelius is gonna get, but I know I listen to you when you say certain things and how you say it. And you said it like, don't be surprised if Cornelius when you get moved and one day he will be out now, man, because you get too much dirt. Like you like the Bible don't say you read partially what you saw. You gotta read exactly what you saw, and that I hate to say it, it's not me speaking against the black man. It's just you kill people. You can't get away with that. Sorry.
Right.
You can't bring nobody back. Like them people, imagine Dolph's family finding out Straight Jobs got out, or Cleveland got out for 20 years. That like I'm thinking about Dolph's kids because I know everybody got mothers and stuff, but Mia has been lucky the task of raising them babies by themselves. His daughter already said she don't even know why she ain't got a daddy. So that's what I think about. I don't care about Dustin's kids. I don't care about Cornelius' kids. I don't care about when it comes to Jerry. I don't care about Jerry. I don't care about that. I don't care about Debo. Whoever was involved, I don't care about none of their kids because you should have thought about the kids when you did this. So Justin's daughter, I couldn't care less. Cornelius' kids couldn't care less. Jerry couldn't care less. You shouldn't have done it. And if Cornelius needs to spend the rest of his life in prison and die in there, so does Justin. And if it makes me sound mean, it is what it is. But that's what when you kill somebody, you deserve a life sentence. You deserve the equal or opposite or the equal and exact. You know what I'm trying to say. You deserve the equal what you took. So that is what it is, man. I know you so Justin handsome and all this nonsense. Forget all that. Justin's a grown man. He made a grown man decision, so you got to stand on grown man business. Keep him in there. And if he killed Anita Wilson and Howard Barnett, get him to meet him. I don't care what he tell to say it.
Yeah.
The go run got to go too. So anybody, it ain't just this case. It's a lot of stuff. Evil is evil. We got to stop coddling evil just because people can snitch and tell them. So no, you still did it. You got to go. I'm sorry. If it was me, if it was my family, I'd say the same thing. It's evil, you got to pay. That's just the way it works. No take back. When you take somebody's life, you putting yourself in the place of God.
Right.
Period. So, community and spend the rest of his life in there. And well, it don't matter what prison he goes to, Big Rock gonna find him. I just leave it at that. So they better put him in Beirut or somewhere. So but it's all good. That's just my thought. People can agree or disagree, but straight up the community can pay with their lives just like everybody else involved. And that's it. That's what I think.
All right, I appreciate you calling in.
All right, I'm good.
All right. Y'all call in. Stephen called in, expressed his opinion and views. The lines are still open. Y'all call in. The lines are still open. Call in. I was going to show y'all why I think Cornelius is having a real hard time, and I think he's sedated. Y'all hit the like button for me. Hold on.
Close to Thanksgiving or whatever. And like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, since Bobby had pulled out of it.
Oh, Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we go find one of the any artists to get this money, And
So, what would Govan gain out of you all getting a bounty or hit on one of the paper route?
he was getting a cut out of it. He supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was.
Nah, Young Dog, he supposed to get 10,000. I did 100,000. I did 50,000. I was getting, he was getting 10,000.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House. Like, we'll go over Quick House, and that's what we always met up at, over Quick House.
And then what was the purpose of meeting there?
Really, like, we'll meet up over Quick House to talk about a lot of things, basically, about a ban on somebody, finding somebody. Sometimes we'll watch the games over there. We'll be over there about a lot of things, basically.
But for Govan, you wouldn't have met Justin?
Nah, I wouldn't have met Justin if it wasn't for Quick.
Prior to Mr. Govan telling you about bounties on these PRE individual rappers, artists, were you aware that there were bounties?
No, man. I had no idea about it.
Were you aware of who the PRE artists were?
I knew about Young Dog, but I didn't know about none of these other artists or nothing like that. I had to Google them, and to actually Google them. Once he told me, I had to really Google them to find out.
So there would be, like, throughout the summer, you all would meet and he would talk about the bounty.
Talk about the bounty on them. And first we like, man, I was thinking to myself, it's impossible to get Young Dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, fact, Young Dog. But, I was thinking to myself that was impossible. So, I had to Google the other guys to see who they were.
Oh, fast forward. Let's get to November. It's the week before Thanksgiving. What was going on there?
He was telling us, they got turkey.
Who was he?
Quick, Govan, quit. I mean, he was telling us that, they had turkey drive. Each artist had a different day while they were doing a turkey drive or whatever. And, that's our opportunity. We can make some shake.
Okay. When you say make some shake, what's shake?
Like, try to catch him and, get money. Do what he don't want
to. Were you aware about this turkey drive prior to Govan telling you that?
Nah, because I don't know nothing about what paper route do, so Nah, I wasn't.
Did you listen to their music before? Or did you?
I listen to Young Dog, but I ain't listen to his artist. I ain't know who his artist was. I listen to Dog though.
So, Govan was telling you about the turkey drive.
Right. Telling
And,
me and just
I'm sorry,
he was telling me and just
were y'all together when he was telling you?
right at his house.
At his house. Um, did he mention the boundary? Did he mention the money?
Well, we had already knew the prices on majority of their heads, basically. On everybody else doing the turkey drive, we had already knew the prices already,
Including dog.
including dog.
And let's go to November the 16th of 2021. What were you and Justin doing that day?
Well, he had called me up, came pick me up. We had went because they had a turkey drive in South Memphis somewhere. And me and him was out, we were riding, trying to get one of the artists that day that was doing the drive down there. And as we was out there, I got out on foot. There was a lot of folks out there standing with guns with us. Justin was in the car. And he called me and told me that he had got a call to Young Dolphins at a gas station up the street from where we was at. So I ran back to the truck and I jumped back in the truck. When we got to the gas station, Dolph was gone. So we rode around for a minute, then he dropped me back off at the house. And I laid down that night and he was like, tomorrow we go back out and see what's up.
So on the 16th, at any point, did you think, okay, maybe we have a shot at getting Dolph?
Yeah, because we knew he was in town. We knew Dolph was in the city then, and we knew that tomorrow we were full fledged then. We know we anything in shape right now. We gonna get somebody. We gonna strike. Tomorrow is our day. We gonna strike somebody.
Booyah.
We gonna get lucky tomorrow.
And at any point, did you all have this conversation with Mr. Govan?
Yeah, we were telling him like we really getting close. We getting fed up with playing. We finna get somebody basically. And he was like, y'all do y'all thing. Handle y'all business.
And in return, you all were supposed to, you expected to be getting money, so.
Right.
Because that's what he promised you.
Right.
So let's, well, let me ask you also, is one of those, Justin, what did he do for a living?
He was a rep.
At any point, did you all participate in a music video or anything?
Yeah, I was called by Mr. Govan to be in the video because I don't know Justin like that. So I was in the video, but I didn't want to be in it, so I put a mask on my face.
And when was this video shot?
Like in summertime of 21. I can't tell you the exact date, exact month, not like that,
But it was prior to, was that after
It
the,
was
you know,
after- it was after that one. Yeah, it was after the movie.
but prior to Dolph?
Dog, right.
Okay. We have a photograph that is for previously been shown to the defense counsel. Do you recognize the contents of that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Diane.
And what is that photograph?
This the photograph of us in front of the house where y'all found the car shooting a rap video.
And who's all in that video?
Justin, I don't know the other two guys. Hernandez over there. I'm standing right behind Hernandez over there with a mask on my face.
Yeah, if we could have that photograph and then it's evidence, that's the next number. So this is a photograph with 5 individuals in the picture. Mr. Govan with a cap on. The witness describes himself standing behind Govan with a mask on.
individual with a red cap on. Is this Justin Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin Johnson in the picture with the baseball cap on, holding a stack of money. We'll mark this as exhibit 5 to this hearing.
Could we just ask when that supposedly was? I think you may have
He's
said,
already said he did.
so he doesn't know this one?
Hold on, let's mark this, and then you can ask your question before. Shirley, you want to ask questions?
I ask you again, do you recall when this was taken, or the video, excuse me, the photograph that you were just looking at, not this one, but the one you just handed to
That was the video. I don't know what month it was. I don't know like exact time it was, but I know it was sometime.
It was
After the paper I will be. That's all I can say about it.
And Your Honor, who published the picture?
Yes.
Could you describe for the jury what we're looking at here?
There's a video shoot of us at the house across the street from Quick House, across the street from Nene Govan house.
Who is this individual?
I don't know him.
Who is this?
It's Justin Johnson.
Who is this individual?
I don't know who that is.
Who is this?
That's a Nene Govan.
And who is this individual?
That's me right there.
Why did you have a mask on?
Cause I wasn't part of their little crew, and I ain't want to bring no little beef upon myself. He asked me to be quick, and then they go and asked me to be in the video. That's why I'm standing like right behind him, cause I ain't know none of them other guys.
So we're gonna, I know I'm doing some time work. But this was sometime, we're gonna go back to November, at this point, November 17th, right?
Okay. My point in showing that was, he sound a little like more draggy, even though his story never changed, but he just sound a little more draggy, like he's being sedated, like and a lot of times, when the type of time that you're looking at, you do, it can mess with your mental health. Anyways, y'all, I tried to keep my eyes open. I was gonna try to stay on for an hour and 30 minutes. I can't do it. I'm tired. I got to get off here and take a shower and get in the bed. My bed is calling me, and my shower is calling me. Okay, I got a question. Was Teasy from Trula Mafia was on the witness list? Quet said that he was. Quet said that he was on. Now correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost sure that Hernandez Gomez said that TZ was gonna be a witness against him. So if TZ was getting ready to be a witness against Hernandez Gomez, that means that he was turning state's evidence or whatever. What else? I don't know. That's what Quest said. What else was he gonna tell? Because he knew everything that had happened. He was right in the midst of it. So I thought I heard Quest say that TZ was on the had gave a statement against him or something. He talked about TZ's statement. I wonder why he don't talk about Juke's statement. Juke gave a statement too. And I don't think it was in favor of him either. So, yeah. Anyway, child, I got to go. I will get on in the morning. And listen. And the reason I say that is like I've heard him call Teasy dirty and um, but he's never said why him and Teasy he said him and Teasy were like brothers or whatever. What why do he think that Teasy turned on him then? What made Teasy turn on him? Because it seemed like to me they were all in agreement, like straight drop, and then were mad at him too. So yeah, they were mad at him too. Anyways, yeah, that's a story for another show. When I say that, we'll talk about that in another show because I don't know either. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate. He said money. We'll talk. We'll do a part two tomorrow. I got to go to sleep. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Listen, I love you all. I appreciate all of the support, the cash apps, all of that good stuff. Happy birthday. Y'all make sure y'all say happy birthday to Diane. Her birthday is coming up really soon. Okay. It may be today. So make sure y'all say happy birthday to Diane. Listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all's support. I really do love you all. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe the video. I love you all. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night, you all.